this niche SaaS tool is thriving during Google updates using programmatic SEO and surpassed $10,000 monthly recurring revenue. I'm going to share a very simple story with you of a guy who used bottom of funnel SEO. And it's not just programmatic SEO. I've been looking through this site. It's bottom of funnel SEO, very structured, easy to understand bottom of funnel SEO with a timer. The person just has a timer app. It's a web app. He's doing $10,000 monthly recurring revenue using search engine optimization. I discovered this from detailed.com/Q4. This amazing article, which I share all the time on the show. I'm going to read the section about this tool from this article, and I'll have the full article shared in the description of this podcast. And then I'm going to share a bunch of the things that I looked at with this site. The site is stagetimer.io. That is the SaaS tool that we are looking at today. It has surpassed $10,000 monthly recurring revenue. And it's a cool story because it's super easy to understand. Lucas Herman is the founder of stagetimer.io, a software as a service timer tool he built to over $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Lucas is always pretty open about his business success, which includes how recent updates have been faring for his site. And then there's a tweet that he shares, and he goes, "Some people complain about the latest Google update, the March update, but boy, oh boy." So often on the show, I say, actually in like all of my videos and often on the show, I say that the solution to the March update, which destroyed so many content sites, the Google March update, which destroyed so many top of funnel sites, and to generative AI taking market share away from search, the solution is bottom of funnel keywords. And that's what Lucas is doing. And he is thriving, and he shares a graph. And during the March update, his traffic spiked up, not down like lots of other people. It spiked up. And it's very clear when you actually look at his website, stagetimer.io. So the author of this section continues writing, "It helps that he has built a practical, attractive tool and has excellent marketing to boot, but programmatic SEO efforts certainly appear to be working for him. For the most common time periods people could want a timer for, Lucas has them covered with pre-built pages." So it's stagetimer.io/go/ and then there's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. Any different number for minutes is here. 1 hour and 30 minutes. The search results are interesting in this space because you're not only competing with Google's on SERP timers, but YouTube videos as well. Because if you Google 3-minute timer, Google will give you a 3-minute timer in the search engine results page. And then to the right, they will also show you a 3-minute timer on YouTube. And below their timer, they will also show another YouTube timer, a different one. And the author continues, "Of course, sites like StageTimer can offer more functionality than a YouTube video, such as repeating a timer, setting intervals, changing its appearance, but it's still interesting to see the search engine results pages that it's thriving in because that's competitive. He is competing with Google. I feel like this is a space where Google could change who they're rewarding on a whim, but it's great to see things currently going so well for Lucas." So there's something that this section, that's the full section in detailed.com/Q4, but there's something major that's being left out. And that is what this guy, Lucas, who made StageTimer, is doing with his information architecture. Information architecture, it's a big, scary term. It's often used by SEOs to sell their services more, but it really just means how your pages, how your tags, how your information is structured within your website. Are you using subfolders well, and you're nesting different pages within the subfolders? Is it like very clear? For example, what StageTimer does is very clear. stagetimer.io/use-cases, so use cases, and then there's all these different use cases that come after. Meetings, events, live streams, presentations. So I'll give you an example one. I thought this one was brilliant. stagetimer.io/use-cases/timer for worship services. So this guy makes a page for people who are Googling timer for worship services because that is something that he has found through SEO research. It's a bottom of funnel keyword that people are Googling. And I've done this with so many of my software as a service products. I do this all the time. I'm literally making a product about the strategy because I love it so much. So he has his landing page, a simple timer for worship services. And then he says, keep on-site or virtual worship services on time, available for Windows, Mac, and as a cloud solution in the browser, programmable and shareable with a link. And then you click create a timer right under that. And it doesn't take you to any special page for a worship timer. It's the same timer that everybody else gets, but it can also be used as a simple timer for worship services. And then what he does is he has reusable sections on that landing page, the simple timer for worship services. He has reusable sections that he can mix and match. He has some specific copy towards the use case, towards a simple timer for worship services, testimonials, lots of pictures, advantages, pricing. Oh, it's so good. He did this so masterfully, and the page is beautiful. It is such a nice looking page. His templates are great. He has a heading image right in the top in the hero, and it's a church. He most likely made this using AI, but it looks really good. And he does this with so many different use cases. Education, online timer for education. And it's the same exact format. Information architecture, stagetimer.io/use-cases/online timer for education. Oh my God. And it's just such a pretty page. His graphics are so nice. He's really generating some fire images using AI. I love this so much. I'm so impressed with what he did. And he's doing this for more than just use cases. You can actually just search what he's ranking for, or you can crawl his site like I did. You can use a tool like Screaming Frog to crawl anybody's website and look at their page structures. Screaming Frog is one of the most popular SEO tools, and he has animated items on this page. I think I'm going to do this with my landing page. This looks nice and it's easy to do. Oh, I love this so much. This is great. This guy is awesome. Here's another one. Free countdown timer for esports tournaments and matches. Manage and keep your esports competitions on track with precise timings down to the second. From major esports tournaments to friendly regional matches, achieve more as a team with dynamic rundown features. Plan the event minute by minute with 0 delays across your on-site and remote teams, also available for Windows and Mac. And then you click Try Stage Timer for free. And you know where it takes you? It takes you to the same timer that the church landing page got, that the education landing page got, that everybody gets, because this timer can be used for so many different use cases. And he is making bottom of funnel landing pages targeting these keywords through search engine optimization. I do this all the time, and I love his execution. His execution is so good. I hope you'll check this out. His images are so beautiful. His whole site is it's a masterpiece. And he's using programmatic SEO, but I think his use case pages are far cooler actually than the programmatic SEO. The thing is, he ranks #1 for so many things. But I actually think that article, detail.com/Q4, it's a great article. The author is one of my favorite SEOs, period. But I think this section got it wrong. I think this guy is getting a huge amount of his converting traffic from his bottom of funnel SEO landing pages, because he's ranking #1 for all of these bottom of funnel terms. Stopwatch for meetings, timer for live event. That's another one of his use cases. Timer to paste down for presentation. That's another one of his use case pages. I think he's getting a lot of traffic from here. Something that I have personally seen from these use case pages, because I do them again all the time myself, is you will get entire organizations reaching out to you that will represent dozens or even hundreds or thousands of users, sometimes more, sometimes tens of thousands of users. We've had that happen too. Even just major enterprise, global enterprise companies that will be looking for solutions. And then you run into the problem, you need to actually have whatever it is that you've built or you've made compliant with lots of different things that enterprises require. But the point is, decision makers at enterprise companies will search these bottom of funnel use cases just like anybody else. So if you are compliant in the ways that are necessary, you can get enterprise customers from this. Anyway, this guy is killing it. I think it's a cool story. I love finding things like this and sharing things like this. I talk about bottom of funnel search engine optimization all the time on this show. I hope this story made it more clear and got you excited, just like it gets me excited seeing this. Such a cool thing this guy has done. Shout out to Lucas Herman, who's the founder of Stage Timer, and Glenn Alsop, who wrote detail.com/Q4. He created detail.com, and he found this story, and I found this through Glenn. Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, thank you so much for listening. This is episode 401 of my daily digital marketing podcast. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.